Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Today I'm checking out a really great tent from Oztent. It's called the RV-3. Now this is how it comes here in the bag. What we'll do is we will unpack it just shortly and I'll show you how to put it up and what it looks like. But first of all, just a couple of specs on it. The material is ripstop material, so really good. It's also waterproof and it's also a 30-second tent. So you may have heard that phrase being used. What it basically means is we can get the tent out and within 30 seconds have it up. Now, in saying that, it is a little bit of false advertising. It does go up fairly quickly, but then you've got to spend a couple of minutes with actually hammering the stakes in and the tie downs, attaching them. But anyhow, it is a really good tent. So I'll stop talking now. Let's get it out of the bag and put it up. Okay, so it's out of the bag now. You'll notice at the front there's a lip. Now, it's really handy this. Wherever that lip is, where it points out, will be the front, will be the actual entry to the tent. So just unclip it here. So obviously it's pointing that way, so this will be the entry just here. Now there's two main parts and they're actually labelled A and B. You can actually see that on the material when I pull it out. So all you need to do is you just grab the first leg, so to speak, and it just comes out like so. And you can see here that it's labelled B. Then you just grab the other leg, pull that out all the way, and you can see that that's labelled A. So that's pretty much it. This is where the tent will be erected. So all you need to do is just under inside the tent here, just need to pull it forward, and then it just comes straight up from there. Just have to get that extra out of the way so you can still see. So inside on the frames here, just each side just needs to be pulled up and secured. So just slips into place just like that. Same again on the other side. Just straight into place. So then you can see the frame there, it just locks in and it's not going to come back down unless you actually put force on it. So I'll show you more around the tent once we've got it fully erected. Okay, so on the sides you've got all your tie down ropes. They just come conveniently just in a Velcro pocket. And you've got four main ones, so you've got the two at the front and then two at the rear. So just on the other side here, got the other one there, and then at the top on the rear as well. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just put the stakes in on the tie downs. Also you've got at the rear here, you've got rings all the way around the tent. And that's just for your extra stakes to be put in, so it just makes the tent just that bit more sturdy. I have used the tent even in a storm, and I must admit, with all the tie downs and secured, it's more than fine. It just holds up quite nicely. Okay, so you can see now, even just with all four sides tied down, you can really see it starting to take shape. So the tent itself is actually 2.4 metres by 2 metres. So you've actually got a nice amount of depth in the tent where you can put out mattresses and just other camping items. Anyhow, I'll just get the rest of the tent pegs and we'll tie down the main frame of the tent and then we'll put the front annex up. Okay, so you can see here in the bag there's two extra tie downs. Now they're actually for the front annex, so I'll just show you how they attach. First of all, we'll get the poles out of the bag. Now it comes standard with all this. Keep in mind, you don't have to buy any extras. Now the poles are pretty easy to adjust. All you do is just twist them Then you can lengthen them right out and then just twist back, and then they just tighten and hold nicely. Okay, so we'll get the first one organised. Bit of rope here. Okay, so what you want to do is obviously just put the pole through like so. It's a little bit tricky just doing it with one person. Just basically got to move it out to the full length, like so, and then just bring it back, and we'll knock a stake into the ground, a tent peg. You do have another rope here that you can obviously tie down, but personally I don't worry about using that one, so we'll just put it up the top. Okay, so let's have a little bit more of a look at the tent in some detail here. So obviously there's a nice bit of area on the front here which provides just a nice amount of shade, especially when you're in the heat. Inside the tent we've actually got fairly spacious windows on both sides, and that just allows a nice amount of air to just filter through and just come through the tent. But then also on the back here is a massive window, so that actually opens up from the outside. So I'll just go around myself and open that up, and you can see it from the inside here. So as you can see there now, I mean, just standing here in the tent, there's a lovely breeze coming through it. It just opens it right up. And as you can see from internally, I mean, I'm 6'5", so I'm fairly tall, but you can see that I just have to duck slightly. However, most, I suppose, more average height people would feel really comfortable in this. So you can easily get changed. You're not really limited to space. And as I say, out the front here, the annex on it is just absolutely tremendous. Now the good thing about this tent is you've also got a power inlet here. So if you do have a generator, you can actually run the inlet. You just unzip that and put the power straight through. Also here, the main zips, you've got that mesh that's going to stop like a lot of sand flies as well as flies, so that's very small, so you're not going to have problems with sand flies actually getting in there. So that's handy obviously if you're using this tent, you know, around the beach where you do get those sand flies. The other really great thing about it is you'll see here on the side there's actually a zipper component here. You can actually add on to this tent. So for example, if you wanted to add another annex on the other side, or perhaps off to the side here, you can easily do that, and they're readily available. You can buy the extra add-ons. So they just zip on, and you can get extra poles, and you can actually create other rooms. So it's very configurable. That's one of the real big bonuses about this tent. Alright guys, so as you can see, the RV-3 tent fully completed. It's a great tent with a whole heap of features. If you do want to check one out, just do a search online. There's a heap of companies that do sell and stock this tent. Price wise, it isn't that cheap. It is about $1,100 full retail. However, I got mine for $899 on a sale at BCF. So shop around, you can definitely get them at that discounted rate. Okay, thanks for watching this review. Please remember, I am on Facebook, so don't hesitate to jump on and check me out there. So till next time, take care, and we'll catch you then.